Hey, it's Chris Pontius from Jackass and Wild Boys, and it's time for MattieC Sports for You and Me. MattieC Sports for You and Me, food for the sports fan's infernal soul. Feast on field goals. Check out MattieC Sports for You and Me. Even if you don't like sports, tune in now because you are going to. It's that good. I mean, we got sports for guys, sports for gals, sports for the whole kids. Get ready to be happy. MattieC Sports for You and Me. Sports for you, sports for me. Brought to you by MattieC.
On this team, we fight for that itch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that itch.
Coming in at 320 kilobytes per second. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for MattieC Sports for you and me.
When it comes to getting dough and chasing dollars.
All right, people, MattieC Sports for you and me. I got my boy over here, Joe Penifiel, aka The Party. The Party's here. There he is right there. How's it going down in the FLA, brother?
Beautiful out here. Actually, I live in Orlando in Central Florida right now. The weather's fucking insane. If you ever lived in Central Florida or any part of Florida, you know that like the weather changes like every fucking couple hours. It's insane sometimes. It's stupid. So it's like cold in the morning and kind of raining, and then like it's fucking 90-degree kind of weather, weird. Like the sun's out, there's no clouds for like 2 hours, and then it gets into this cloudy phase. It's weird. Sometimes it's been cold. I'm ready for some stability, but yeah, it's fun. I love Florida, living out here. It's great for training. I get lots of training partners, and I get lots of people always flying in from different places, like Hedden Barrow, who was supposed to fight up in Massachusetts for Premier FC, and I think his opponent pulled out or something. But yeah, so I get lots of people flying in and out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, like you said with that weather, man, you were discussing with me the thunderstorms and shit. Like you have a thunderstorm for a fucking hour, and then it's gone. It's beautiful sun. Or the best thing, it's on this side of Orlando, it's pouring rain, and then like you're a block away and it's sunny as shit. Like
yeah, it's weird. It's like it rains sometimes every summer. Like in the summer, there's like a period where it'll rain at like 2 or 3 o'clock every day. It might be for like 2 hours. It might be for 30 minutes. It might be for 6 hours. It's weird. I don't know, but it's beautiful. Also, Florida. That's the cool thing about Florida. There's a lot of stuff to enjoy, and it's relatively a free state where you can do. You get all your rights, I guess, as a citizen. You know, of the United States, you get to own guns. You get to do anything you want. There's medicinal marijuana allowed, so I partake in that for my chronic ass kicking career.
Yeah. So speaking of your ass kicking career, you are literally fucking taking over the Northeast. You're taking New England over, and you're doing it like you're top 10 in both areas, and in the United States, you're pretty big up there too. So, I mean, obviously your hard work in training has been helping out. I mean, do you think you agree with that statement? And like down there, it seems like you got a good crew down there. If you're getting that deep into the rankings.
Yeah, no, I believe literally I'm one of the best in the world. Like, I'm not sure if I'm a champion. I think I am, but I think I could steal the belt. I don't think I'm as polished as it can be, but this is a project. And if you ask my head coach, Julian Williams, which he's the owner and he's like the head MMA instructor and BJ and pretty much our dude for MMA. If you ever seen him, he's a guy. He took Mike Perry, he took Alex Nicholson, a lot of guys to the UFC, guys that came from Orlando, from a small place. We were not a hotbed at all for MMA. Back in the day, it's always been like a Miami, South Florida type of scene.
Right.
If you get my American top team. Until people started coming along, we had a guy named Paul Rodriguez get his black belt from Ricardo Laborio, and he got a couple guys. You know, the tree got growing, and we got some knowledge, and I'm a byproduct of all that shit. So I'm here to fucking to kick some ass, man. I really have a lot to prove. I took a long time to even get started in this game, but I think I catch up really fast.
And it shows because I forgot to say too, I mean, you're taking down the Southeast area too in Florida as well. I mean, you're basically taking over half the country with your performances. And I mean, when I saw you last, we were talking on me and my boy's show right in the corner over there. And, you know, you had the confidence and you just beat Bruno Diaz. And the thing with that fight is like you were going back and forth and you were just like, I feel like that's your style because you're like, you had this style like this. You were just like, come on, dude, like let's do something. You're not proving it to me that you're worthy of fighting me. But it was a good fight at the end. And I was glad to see, you know, at the end you guys showed respect to each other and that was class act on your part. And, you know, I was about to see it, but you were getting all stitched up, bro. So but you know, how did you feel in your performance in that fight?
I mean, how do I say it? Like the fight was amazing, man. It's always fucking insane. Like but that fight, I just feel like I wish I could have fucking threw the home run. I had the home run like waiting there, but it wasn't the type of fight that I expected in the first round. I didn't think if you were there live, you could see him really. He was backing up and really walking the fucking cage like for a good bit in the beginning in the first round. And I was just stalking him. It was just kind of weird, and I wasn't being able to reach him either. I never really connected too clean on him besides the big fucking right hand that I took him down with in the second round when I knocked him on his ass. But it was hard to reach him in the first round, and it's dangerous because anyone knows that, like, you know, as a fighter, like I have to get in there, and if you're going in there, you might get clipped. And I started hesitating a little bit too much. So like the home run was there. I didn't really get the home run. At the end of the day, I had to put my fucking construction hat on and represent a different side of Joe Penifiel, which is like when shit happens and like the plan doesn't go. I got to switch it up and I got to figure it out. And as soon as the end of the first round ended, something clicked, and I just felt like he wasn't there with me grappling wise, even though I don't know. You know, a lot of people have accolades and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm also like older guy. I'm a young buck. Like I'm just coming out of nowhere, and it's like I'm just making the run, and I understand that too. But I've trained with some of the best jiu-jitsu guys like in the world. I'm not the best grappler, but in MMA and like when we're tired and shit and you're slippery, I'm pretty good, you know, with my wrestling, I guess. But so I'm confident, and I think a lot of guys underestimate a lot of me, and it makes it easy. So I love these matchups. Everyone's like, they always think I'm not this and I'm not that, and then I just go with whatever works. You know what I mean? I Bruce Lee, whatever is working in the fight that I need to do, I'm gonna take advantage of that. If you're being a bitch and I feel you're being light, like when you're grappling, I'm like, I'm just gonna get on top of you and I'll win these fights and I'll fucking elbow your face. It is what it is.
True that, man. True that. And that final round, that kind of was a little, I wouldn't say controversial, but I mean, they took a point off of you for grabbing the fence. And
well, it was weird. So they didn't do that. 75% of the people online and everyone, I didn't know what the fuck was happening either. Trust me. Because we were so tired that when he stopped it and he tried to like initiate it again, because we knew it was like towards the end of the round, both of us mentally at that time, we were so tired that we were like fucking like, I don't know, it was hard to like, we were so tired, it was hard to position. Like he was like, hold him here. I'm like, ah, and he's like, ah, upside down and shit. And I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, you should have stopped this. You should have just taken a point away. You know what I mean? But yeah, they took a point away from him
because of his toes, right?
Because of the toes on the cage. I was also grabbing it, but that was when I was adjusting most of the fucking time.
Oh, that's what it was. I reversed it.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but yeah, and that really secured the round for me. Like mentally, I already knew the fight was over. Like I knew, you know, I did good enough. I did pretty good. You know what I mean? But that would take away one of his rounds because we use that boxing fucking scoring system, which is fucking kind of wish-washy. So, but I knew with him getting a point taken away, that would erase whatever round he won. So it made me real happy. I just wanted to finish him. I really I'm like Michael Jordan has a quote. I heard him say like every time like he played, he really played to like his maximum effort. Like the first make that initial, I don't know, like make everyone be like, what the fuck, you know, every single fucking time. And that's what I'm trying to do to the fans and to the crowd and to myself, like perform flawless victory. You know what I mean? Like fucking video game shit.
Yeah, you had a pretty dope fight. And I wanted to like interview you, but like at the time they were like, it's going to be like an hour, but I was like, all right, I'll get him eventually. And I'm glad I did. So, I mean, you know, when you showed up there, I mean, you've been at Cage Titans there before, and you know Mike and stuff like that. And you know, how does it feel just joining you know, you're pretty much in the Cage Titans family. How do you feel up there, like being up here? Do you feel like you got fans up here? Like man,
I think the people are really behind me, man. I get messages that I can't even say, but I have friends like Rob Pico. He's like one of the #1 fans up there for Cage Titans. He's a badass. He brews his own beer. He's a father. He's a good guy. He's a big fan. Big Mike. He works as a correctional officer, I believe now. He's a big fan. So these guys all support me. I have too many people like behind the scenes, like people that train with other guys that I wouldn't want to mention who like they just message me on Instagram and they just like my I don't know, they respect what I do and they like the way I do things. You know, I'm a real person. I just have fun with whatever I do, and my sometimes in fighting when you're going man to man, you know, it rubs guys the wrong way. They don't want to they hate guys like me. But the hate is love, you know what I mean? Because they wish they could be me, some of those guys, you know, to be themselves and be brash or just be an idiot, you know what I mean? It's fun being an idiot. You know, people should try it.
Yeah.
I take myself lightly. So it is what it is, and I think people go with that. I train really hard. You know, it was a hard year. That was the 5th fight inside 11 and a half months, like when I did the math. So if you look at my record, and I started off with 2 losses in the beginning, the end of 2019, the beginning of 2021. So, 2020 and 2021. So it was a fucking, and against the #1 flyweight in the country. And then the other guy just won the CFFC Bantamweight championship this last night. So that tells you anything about my competition. You know, I go against the best guys. I go against these guys last minute. 2 weeks, 1 week, whatever it is, depends on the money and the situation. I only have 3 losses ever. I've only been fighting for about 3.5 years, and I'm already always I think I'm ranked number 30. I'm 31st bantamweight in the country under Tapology. So, you know, I'm trying my best, and I hope I get a chance at the UFC. I'm still not as polished as I want to be, but when I find the right people and the right in the right situation, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get my everything ready. If not, I'm gonna make it happen no matter what. You know, I'm ready for the next level. I'll tell you that. But right now, I want to handle all business at the regional level and whatever it takes me to the top.
And tell me about the Cowboy Hat, bro. Like, what is that? Something like special to you, or you know, given to you, or anything like special?
Well, you know what, man? This was actually given to me by a guy. He's a special guy at the gym. He comes from he's Mexican, so he comes from like Mexican heritage. So it's like a Mexican cowboy hat made especially in Mexico, and it's just cool. And I like the whole fucking cowboy style. So it really doesn't mean nothing. I just like it.
It was badass up here, man. You rocked it well.
Yeah. I what's it called? I got it like maybe a week before the fight. You know what I mean? The kid like gave it to me, and I just met him, and he's like, "Hey, take the hat." I'm like, "No." Then I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And I'm like, "You know what? I'm gonna wear his hat up there." And it's just cool, man. Yeah, I rock. Like I said, I rock whatever the fuck I feel like. Like next time you'll see me in something else for sure. Like I'm gonna have a whole different thing for the new year. But 2021 was fun. Cage Titans, Mike Poveri, they're my family. Him and his wife was fucking amazing. The rest of them, you know, the announcers, everything. Even though I had to fight Richie, it's just funny. I'm like, I gotta fight the announcer. I'm like, I had to do NWO style takeover in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Had to put some respect on this fucking name right away. Ted DiBiase style. I'm a little older in the tooth, so I had to come fucking correct. You know what I mean? Just come slicing throats, but. I love it's always respect. You know what I mean? Me and him have a lot of respect for each other, obviously. And yeah, so I don't know what's next, but we'll see. In 2022, I'll be ready for anything. I'm pushing my body and my mind to the max, and I'm definitely gonna enjoy the holidays. I'm enjoying the holidays with my kids right now, having a few beers, just relaxing, eating turkey and shit, all types of stuff.
I respect that. I got a daughter, and I love every minute. Enjoying dad life, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's talk about the big deal now. We'll talk about your acceptance and, you know, somebody who wants to take you on, Lionel Young, Boogz. So he told me this afternoon that he got a lot of respect for you guys, and you guys both like to, you know, like you said earlier, like you got to be an idiot sometime. You know what I mean? Like you guys are like, oh, I'll knock a motherfucker out, and you'll knock a motherfucker out. So, I mean, is it like I asked him, like, do you guys have a respect for each other in both ways? Like, does it go like in your way too? Like you got respect for him, he got respect for you, type of thing?
No, it's like a human respect for me, man. Behind this mask of the party, whatever, you know what I mean? I'm like a normal, loving, caring person or whatever. So I respect every human being, man. I've been in fucking horrible situations myself where I fucking had to live in the county jail for a few months for doing stupid shit. So I've been doing, you know, I've been a retard before. I've been arrested a few times for retarded stuff. So at the end of the day, I just don't, but it's like a flip side of that, man. I'm a yin and a yang, man. At the same time, that's what makes me the samurai type of guy, where I don't have, like, I want a lot because I want for a lot. Like, I want my kids to have more. I want to drive nice cars. I want to drive fucking, you know what I mean? I want to eat fucking at the best restaurants, and I'm not there yet. And
bro, you're looking the part, though.
But Boogz, you know what I mean? Like, I want to eat the finest shit, though, son. You know what I mean? I want to go up and fucking, but listen, we're eating at the top restaurant in Orlando every fucking night. Here, I had this thing fall now. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I don't know how that. Okay, here we're back. No, yeah, so I just want everything, and Boogz is standing in the way, obviously. And if that's the fight that happens next year, and Mike Poveri, I think, has already talked about that before, then we'll run it. I think he'll get murdered, personally, and that's me, like with like right. not even one beer. But he thinks otherwise. I know him. He's cocky inside, but I think I'll break him under these bright lights. I'm gonna cook him in fucking 5 rounds. I'm one of the best fighters in 5 rounds. I've had one fight at 5 rounds. It's on fight.tv on that stupid application. So if you ever want to watch that, it's for Atlas Fights. And I fought this guy named Jason Eastman, who fights for American Top Team, relocated from like Mississippi, Alabama area. He was like on the MTV show. back in the day for like, I think it was called Caged or something. But yeah, so like I said, I've taken out guys from the South, like you said earlier, and I'm just ready for anybody. And Boogz is the one standing in the way, and he respects me, and I respect him. Blah blah blah. But at the end, I think I'm better than him in all facets of the game, and I'm only gonna get better. I'm taking a little bit of time off. I'm relaxing, taking the holidays to spend with my kids, especially Thanksgiving. But I'm always thinking about fighting, and I'm always training. You know what I mean? I'm making a little bit of money, fucking working at a restaurant right now. So the party gets down at the restaurant. He's a part. The party is actually a part of the management of the restaurant. So he has to behave. I tell motherfuckers to behave, and I throw away drunk people. They let me judo toss people sometimes if they attack. The cops let me do what I want.
fucking right, man.
So that's pretty cool.
fucking right. So
yeah, they're like, "Hey Joe, go kick their ass."
So I'm definitely probably gonna see you at Cage Titans next time you come up here for sure, because I'll probably be covering it. And it was
for sure.
And it was mad respect seeing you at Cage Titans 50. You came and sat along with my boy Keith, and he pretty much told what was gonna happen, and it did. But I'll let you get going pretty soon. But my final thing is, so after this fight with Boogz and after all the shit that is going down now, are you open for PFL, Bellator, or is it strictly UFC you're gunning for?
No, man, I'm open to anything opportunity wise that gives me money. So like whenever like if PFL and any company would come to me last minute, that the party will be right there, especially if they're offering more than the local regional scene. The local regional scene can only offer you so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is not what like, you know what I mean? It's not like fucking, I'm not playing in the Premier League like Cristiano Ronaldo. It's like I gotta, like, it's a realism thing. Like, you gotta sell your tickets. You know, there's a lot of things that you can make money with, but to get to the highest level, I would rather take the highest bidder. So like if Bellator comes with like a 5-5 contract for 5 G's win or lose, and then another 5 G's if you win, then I'm gonna go in there. But anything like, I'm just ready for higher competition. I think I could beat most guys, and I think I could talk and I can walk. So most guys are fucking boring. These little guys are boring. They fight boring. Every fight that I've ever fought, if you look through all my career, even when I'm first started, you're at the edge of your seat, and I try my best to really entertain the crowd. If it's not a knockout, it's an entertaining fight where I'm getting clipped. You're at the edge of your seat if you hate me, and then I come out winning at the end most of the time. So it's good for me at the end of the day. The bad guy always wins.
And actually, who is there any in particular fighter you're gunning for? Like Northeast, anywhere, any fucking place. Are you gunning for anybody besides, you know, I'm not trying to go ahead of the fight, but
no, of course, no. I have a crackhead like epiphany. I was really stoned yesterday, and I was like, listen, it would be dope, because I was talking shit with some guys online. You know, there's a guy named Mitch Raposo, a 25er, I think from the Northeast area. I think he's the Cage Titans champ before he was at the UFC Ultimate Fighter show this past season. So I liked, and then there's a guy at the CES named Blaine Shutt that I like to fight too at 125. And Jay Perrin's a dickhead too, but I'm not interested in him sometimes because he sucks ass. He's weird. He kind of like doesn't rub me the right way. I'd rather fight the little guys and beat the shit out of them, because I can still make 125, take over that belt, and I want to take over the 135 belt too. You know what I mean? Right now, or whatever. I would love to just take out these guys. My friends always tell me I'm crazy. My head coaches always tell me I'm crazy, because these are not easy fights. I could go looking around or sign with a management. A lot of these guys are sign with management companies, and guess what they do? They fight, and they find the right fights. The right fights meaning they get a guy with a shitty record, a guy they know more than likely they might beat or will beat, and it's a nice, easy win. You know what I do? Look at all my record. I go against top-notch guys, and I try my best. It's always been like that. So at the end of the day, I'm just trying my best, like I said, to get to knock these motherfuckers out and take my family and myself to the top. I want fucking champagne. I want fucking Rolls Royces, if possible. If not, I'll take a Corvette or two, country style. Give me some Corvettes or some shit,
Yo, just remember the guy who interviewed in the Northeast.
I'll remember, dog. I'll come through, bro. I'll come through. We'll go to the strip club up there somewhere dirty.
Yeah, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. You take me to the floor. Take me to the floor seats of the Celtics game, and I'm down.
Ooh, that'd be dope. I love that. I've become a big fan of Massachusetts. Never in my life did I think I'd be up there in New England and really liking it. And then me and my wife were like, this is nice. I'm like, I like their clam chowder. I start saying dumb shit like that. I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, I'm becoming a New England person up here. I'm like, oh, no. But it's really beautiful, man. It's I think it's underestimated and underappreciated maybe by the United States, man. I mean, it's cold up there, but the times I've been most of the time, it's been spring. And then I went a little bit in this winter, fall, whatever. It's been fine, man. And I'm from Florida. It's been real nice. The food's nice. You guys have great seafood in the Plymouth area or wherever, Kingston. So I enjoy it. Yeah.
Well, no offense. I don't like Orlando anymore because my wife takes me to do Disney too many fucking times. I'm sick of it.
Fuck. Dude, I'd shoot myself at that place. That's like a fucking. I always tell people, like, you better wear good shoes, like good athletic shoes. Maybe get some fucking Dr. Scholl's on the fucking insert and put them, because you're gonna be walking and standing for a long time, sweating. Sometimes sweating in Florida. Ugh, it's rough. You know what I mean? They don't make it easy. And they're like, listen, everything's like $8 for a water. It's insane.
Wife, if you hear that.
No, but it's for the kids. I get it. It's for the kids.
Yeah.
The kids. But fuck, man. Fuck that.
But Joe, I appreciate you coming on the show, and the party's only getting started, and I'm gonna see you on something. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you're gonna be raising a belt. I don't know what's about to go down, but somebody's gonna get knocked on their ass, and it's gonna be good shit. So
I would love it to be, man. I would love that too soon, man. Told Boogz I'm coming. He's been calling me out since like the other show too. He was talking about fighting me. He just likes the idea. I think he thinks he matches up well with me. I already know what he thinks. That's how much I know. Like I'm ahead of the game. Like I already know exactly what he thinks, and it's gonna be a beautiful fight if that fight happens. Like I said, you guys will see a fun fight.
Well, the good news is, check out my YouTube page, MattieC Sports, on Tuesday at 8:00. We both have the same time zone. You'll see Boogz first. You'll see his interview, and then he'll see yours the next week. So it'll be fun.
That's awesome. I like that.
I see. I didn't want to post it on Instagram on the story, so I could talk to you, and then we could get this going. So so good stuff. So again, I appreciate you coming on the show. I wish you nothing but the best. And like I said, the party's coming, and there's gonna be a good one.
I want clam chowder, W's, blood, and titties. Bring them all.
You got a bunch of them, except the titties. You got to go to Rhode Island for. They ain't nothing up here.
Dude, okay, I didn't know that.
That was the past me. The past me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, brother. Rhode Island. Shout out to Rhode Island, you ladies.
Providence, Rhode Island.
All right, beautiful Italian ladies. I'm guessing up there. Thank you all.
Everybody's the same nationality according to anything.
I got you, man. Yeah, of course. Equal opportunity over here.
Yes. So again, thank you, and we will see you soon. And thanks for joining the show. And fuck shit up, man. That's all I gotta say.
All right, man. Giddy up, brother. Talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
What's up? We the BMG Boys. And thank you for listening.
Please follow his Facebook page and subscribe to his podcast at Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Let's go.
We show them no mercy.
When it comes to getting dough and chasing dollars.